It's a song that I wrote just basically about finding my lifetime love, which for me, that of course is Orlando, but most definitely with Doechii. I really feel like, you know, a soulmate comes in so many different forms. It could be your dog. You're like, before I had a child, I was like, how could I love anything more than I love Nugget?
What's up, friends? It's your girl, Emily Curl, back here at our iHeartRadio studio in New York City, and today we're hanging out with one of the biggest music artists of all time, the global pop icon. We have Katy Perry here with us. Can we give it up for Katy in our studio?
I also make really good avocado toast.
Oh, do you? Is that the specialty?
That's specialty. That's what I'd like to be known for.
Oh, we'll add that
and
to the
also
intro for
mother
next time.
of Doechii Dove.
Oh, we love Doechii Dove.
She's an icon.
She is an icon. This is so fun to have you here. We're talking about your new album, which is so exciting. 143, it's coming out.
September 20th, 143.
We are going to dive into the music, but this is so fun because we got to connect a little while ago, and I got to host one of the listening parties.
Music.
I heard some, I heard some of the music.
Early on,
yeah.
She sat with it.
I did. And it was incredible. I feel like it took me on a journey and gave us a little bit more insight into you as an artist. You talked a lot about motherhood, your relationship, the feminine divine. This feels like a really personal album for you.
Well, it's got its moments of depth, and then some of it is honestly not that deep. It's just like fun, rhythmic, get out of your head, get into your heart, get into your body, forget for a minute or set aside for a minute all the things that you may be going through and free yourself, maybe with some rhythm, with some dance, put on some makeup, feel gorgeous, you know, get in touch with your feminine divine. I always wanted to make a more dance-leaning record, and so this definitely checks that box for me. And I think it's very represented, both dance, rhythmic, and the quintessential thing that everybody wants from me, whether that is like a roar-like song or a firework-like song. Those songs come naturally, so there's definitely all that represented.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about Lifetimes too, which it felt like when I first heard it, again, going back to the listening party, it was like walking on a cloud, where it's like you feel fresh and it's pop and all those things that you just said, but this one also has a special significance for you too.
Well, Lifetimes is one of those songs you hear, you just like, and you're sitting down or you're driving in your car, like, I gotta get up, I'm moving. Yeah. It makes you want to move. And it definitely has that kind of electrolytes injected into it. It's a song that I wrote just basically about finding my lifetime love, which for me, that of course is Orlando, but most definitely with Doechii. I really feel like, you know, a soulmate comes in so many different forms. It could be your dog. You're like, before I had a child, I was like, how could I love anything more than I love Nugget? And I love Nugget still. She's still like a firstborn, but when you have your child, it's totally different. And so I feel like, you know, I tell her most nights I'm like, will you find me in every lifetime? And she says, yes, Mommy, I will find you.
Oh, that's
and we'll go and have adventures. She's such an adventure girl.
I was going to say, how old is she? She's 3, 4?
4. She just turned 4 a couple of days ago.
Oh my gosh.
Not a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Did she have, what'd she do for her birthday?
She had a mermaid birthday.
A mermaid birthday.
So we live really close to the beach, so the sand is always there. Take advantage of it. And she had a mermaid come and visit her, and she loved it.
Did she? Okay, so she's into mermaids now. What else does she love?
She loves Hello Kitty. She loves Bluey. She still loves Peppa. She loves all of it. She loves climbing. Yesterday she went to a climbing place, and I got sent these videos, and she went up so high by herself. She was all strapped in at 4 years old with her itty bitty little feet and stuff. She went all the way to the top. She is super fearless.
So because I feel like I know Orlando's fearless. We've seen his show. Do you have
Almost
that
too
same?
much.
Yeah. Do you have that same?
Mine is a little bit less like, I have more of a threshold than he does, and he's just like, to the edge, literally. But we're super supportive, and I think that it's just obvious that she feels confident and she feels secure, so it's great.
Yeah. Do you feel like she's the perfect mix of the two of you personality-wise?
She totally is. Anyone that's ever met her is like, oh yeah, that's your child.
Wow, this makes sense. This checks out.
She also has a little bit like a Eloise look, where her hair is just like an attitude.
I love it.
It's amazing.
Okay, let's talk about the album again, because going back to the listening party, we also teased a few collaborations.
Yes.
Tell us about they were some, I love the songs, love the tracks, and love the collaborators. Tell us about how you decided who you wanted to collab with on this album.
Well, one song is called I'm His, He's Mine, and it's a collaboration with Doechii, who's an incredible artist. We're on the same label. She's a singer and she's a rapper, and she's culture, and she's cool, and she's so confident, no ego. We really work together, and she brought an incredible verse for I'm His, He's Mine, which samples a Crystal Water song. And it's sexy, it's got lots of attitude, it's definitely teak. It's crazy, yeah.
I love her. She's the best too.
She's got so much sass. I'm definitely part of her swamp.
Yes.
I'm a swamp fan. And then 21 Savage is on Gimme Gimme, which is fun, and that song is super hypnotic. Kim Petras is on Gorgeous. And then JID, who's an incredible rapper, is on the song called Artificial, which is about AI.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A little commentary.
Okay.
What will it be? We don't know.
We don't know.
Remains to be seen.
With the creation of this album, and I feel like with any album, there comes challenges.
Yes.
What was the most challenging part of creating this album in particular?
Actually writing it is not challenging. It's not as difficult to write it, but when you are rolling up your sleeves and actually putting it down and perfecting it and molding it and the finishing touches, that is when it gets really intense and somewhat tedious sometimes. So that is always like, oh my gosh, I sang, some songs like 7 or 8 times fully, like track them, not just like sang them 7 times in one sitting, like literally different days. And it was like, oh, okay, not that vocal or not that delivery. It's just because everything is really about timing. Music is timing. Music is math. And to get it into a certain pocket or a certain delivery, there is a real mechanical skill to that,
How do you know what is the right one for you? Is it a feeling when you go back and you're listening to these ones that you tracked?
Yeah, it's feeling, and then it's also feedback. It's like if people are connecting to it, you can see them viscerally, physically moving and reacting, and it's a feel. It's like I know when I get chill bumps, or I always like to say, I don't know if you're allowed to say this, but I'm saying it, when my nipples get hard is when I know.
Your body is telling you yes.
My body is telling me yes.
When it comes to feedback from other people, like you were saying, who do you trust the most? Who is the collaborator in your life that you really trust?
Probably, honestly, Flynn, Orlando's 13-year-old son. Not a collaborator, but the feedbacker.
Whoa, so you'll send Flynn a track of thoughts?
I'll play him stuff, and his favorite song is a song called All the Love. He's probably only heard the music, or like, not all of it, but he's probably heard just like maybe 75% of the album once or twice, and he loved All the Love, which is one of my favorite songs that I wrote about Doechii. But he's 13. Like, he knows how to do a lot of things better than us, and not some things yet. Teenagers, they know everything.
Yeah.
You know everything.
Wow.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
You'll never be wrong.
When it comes to also releasing music for the fans,
yes,
there's going to be feedback all the time,
yes,
whether good or bad.
Yes.
How do you handle that constant sense of feedback on your music?
The internet just internets.
You
enter the net. The internet will always do its internet thing. I am very protective. I don't indulge. And I mean, for almost 16 years, I don't know, 16 or 17 years, from the moment I came out, I mean, people were like, oh, she's a one-hit wonder, and, all these things that they want to say and define me and speak for me. But time tells the truth, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
I mean, and pop music is ever evolving. You've always been at the forefront of that. Like, you have been pioneering for so long. Where do you see the future?
Pioneering.
Where do you see the future of pop music going and how you fit into that world?
The future of pop music, for me, I think it's all democratized. I think, it's less cherry picked and more what the people want, and more opportunity for anyone. And there's a lot. Look, there's a lot of information in media, and I think we're so overwhelmed. So I think that the most authentic voices, maybe some of the previously biggest voices who have been around. Like, I think there's people that have been around, some of my peers, that we definitely have an advantage from the past because we're just so ingrained in someone's upbringing, so it's familiar. Because now it's like, I heard it was 20,000 songs, then I heard it was 100,000 songs. I'm like, well, what number is correct? A day that's coming out on streamers. So to sift through all of that information is really, it's a lot. So, just stay true to yourself and work really hard. Keep swinging. Hopefully you'll catch your lucky star.
And you have so many iconic hits. We all have our own favorite. But is there a song in particular that you, Katy Perry, feel like is underrated or like deserves more recognition of your entire discography?
I
know all of them. Yeah, Brittany says.
I don't know. Yell it out. Justice for something. Gosh, I don't know. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty grateful. Okay. And I think the one song that always transcends for everyone. Doesn't matter where you're from, how young or old you are, what background, what ethnicity, is Firework. People are like. You could be the hardest gangster from anywhere and be like, that's my song, and just like lean into it. And you could be like any character, any personality. And when Fire comes on, it's just like you surrender. You're like, I'm in.
This is it.
Na, 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 top of your lungs. It's an 8 to 80 song.
I love it. Okay, and the very last question for you is you're honored at the VMAs for the Video Vanguard Award this year. So exciting. What does this honor mean to you, and what can we expect from that performance?
You can expect the most. I never do the least. There is a flying, there is a portal, there are drones, there is a mountain, there are robots, there is songs that you know and love. Several different songs, all jam-packed into over 10 minutes, which is like the most time besides the Super Bowl I've ever received. And on MTV, I started with like 20 seconds, a bumper into a commercial. So it's incredible to see how MTV has supported me this whole time.
I was going to say, is it making you reflective, like thinking back on all these times, like going into tomorrow, into the show?
Yes, it definitely is. And I start to get a little bit more quiet and just like eye on the prize,
I love it. We are so excited for you. Katy, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks
Congratulations
so
on the new music.
Yeah.
So nice to see you. One more time for Katy Perry in our studio. Thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here, and don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. See you next time.